Hello there everybody, this is Echo Mouse, back with another video. I know it's been quite a while since I last posted a video, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. I got some things to do, or like I have, yeah, life. Yeah, anyway, so in this video I'd like to show you guys a little bit about music, and basically how to do it. So I'm still like new to music. I mean, I don't know like this whole crazy concepts, but that's more if you want to become like a musician that actually like plays a lot of like jazz and things like that. But I'm more like the EDM type artist, or like I have a few things I create. Yeah, so I'm not gonna get into like the chord extensions and all that, but yeah. So basically, music has a few parts to it, okay, that you gotta really think about. So it's particularly, you have the chords, which is like the rhythmic bit, or like that kind of shows like the emotion of the song. Then you have the melody, of course, which is like a part of like the entire like song, which is like it's hard to explain, but yeah. And then you have the drums, of course, which is like gives the song a groove. Yeah. And then you have the bass, which is like that low end that kind of gives it more low end, and basically does that. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So how I would start making a song is, first I would probably make the chords, then the bass, and then add the melody, and then, you know, drums somewhere in between everything. But yeah, so let's just get started. So what I have here is just the keyboard. You can use whatever plugin you want. And also, when it comes to choosing a DAW, it doesn't really matter what you pick, you just pick whatever suits you the best. Personally, I like to use FL Studio because yeah, I have that on hand. So let's just start off. Here you want to put down your notes, and then like wherever, depending on where you put it, it changes pitch, of course. So basically you want to like do one full bar with like 4 clicks. So if you've done the metronome, it should be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So you get it, alright? So this is a C. And then if you there's like a formula, so if you follow it, so like that, there's your C major. That's basically like the formula. So you go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and there's a major. That's the formula for a major chord. So basically you could like put one down here maybe, and then 3. And now this one does sound bad, alright, wait, let me just fix that. So this one, okay, well, it doesn't really sound bad, but you know, it doesn't really flow well. So there's a thing called a scale, and that's basically what these highlighted notes here are. So basically FL Studio is trying to like guess the scale that that these 3 notes are, just with these 3. So basically it requires 3 notes at least to like make out the grid, and that's basically how the formula is. And actually I'm gonna pull up the formula for it. So basically for a major scale you do whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So basically it would be like, if you were to start here, you would do whole, whole, yeah, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That's basically your major formula. And then of course there's a lot of other formulas, but yeah, let's just stick to the major and minor one. So I like to work in minor scale because yeah, it's easy. So basically you could just make like a chord progression, and basically all you gotta really do is just you know, place the note wherever you want it to. It's like 2, 3, 4, 5. So like you could count them from like each of these highlighted notes, and then like the most popular one is like 1, 5, 6, 4 or something. I don't remember the exact same. Wait, let me do a major scale. There you go, so like you get the flow of it. One, 5, 6, 4. Wait, actually, let me redo this. You see here, well, there is one thing wrong. Okay, so here, I'm gonna use this tool right here. So you hear this chord, first, second, and then third chord. Okay, so you see how this one, you can kind of tell that it doesn't really fit in here. And that's where, because, it's not all major chords in the major scale. Or, yeah, there's not just that, because there's also minors in it. So this one would be, in this case, would be a minor, and it kind of just like feels more natural. So you have like there, and this is like the most common one you would hear in like popular songs. And yeah, so that's how you do like chords. Now if you want to spice up your chords, there is a few things you can do actually, or not really, but you know, yeah. So basically just change around, just mess around with these notes actually. That's what most I could say. You could probably like oh, for some reason it's janky. Okay, so what you could do is essentially just grab the third and just move it up an octave. And yeah, now it sounds here you go. Now it's like more fuller with like a higher top end. And basically you could just mess around with this. Maybe you could move this one up, like up here maybe. Yeah. Let's actually add in another thing. I'm gonna go with flex this time actually, just because it's so good. Okay, let's see if we have any basses. Let's go with the bass string section. So let's hop on over to that one. So just click up here, just click bass sustain here. So you could just click on like the lowest note of the chord progression, and this is where it sounds like now. And you see how it doesn't really sound that good still, or like you can't really hear the low notes. It's not very low how you want it to be and expect it to be. So you could press Control and then use the arrow keys to just move it down an octave, and it should sound like this. Or you can move it around as well. I'm I'm probably just gonna keep it up there. And there you go, you got some basic bass added. Wait, one sec. You could basically do basically anything really with the bass. It's kind of like, it's less about like a structure you gotta follow and more about just having fun. That's what really is fun about it. Like, you get to create, it's like being creative. Music is like art. Like, of course I could try and teach you like as much as I can, but like it's more up to you what you create. So yeah, that's one thing you gotta know. So now that we have a bass, then we gotta add in a melody, basically. So I already have my FL keys here pulled up, or like another FL key here. So basically for that, for a melody, you could use the chords, or to create the melody, and also like have a rhythm. So basically for a melody, you would want to try keep it somewhat repetitive, or somewhat like expectant, or like what the listener expects it to be, and not go like all over the place. So like and basically here, you could also use the highlighted notes here as well. But you see this one right here, it's not on a highlighted note. It's just because sometimes FL Studio doesn't really think like you do, or like it doesn't really see what scale you're actually in, but like, you know, like you see it here. So this is in C major, of course. And then basically like yeah, so you have like an A part right here, which is like, and then you have like the B part, and then basically like you could just copy this part and go over here and just paste it in here. Or you could also change up this one as well if you wanted to. But it's like, it's up to you. Maybe this one might sit a little better up there. You know, you got a basic melody, right? So, like, just use these highlighted notes. Also look at, you can also use like the chords, like the notes for the chords as well to make your melody. And yeah, you should be able to create a good song actually. Now, let's get into the fun things, which is drums. So basically for this one, you want to pull up your drums, or like your drum machine. So I'm using FL Studio, so I just press F6 to pull up the channel rack. So for drums, there isn't really much I can tell about drums because, you know, I'm not really a drummer. I'm I'm a guitarist actually. So how you'd want to do this is like you could do like a basic boost and cast beat. Like just wait, actually instead of doing that, let's just like use the thing that it comes with. So just right click on there, and then I'm just gonna click like fill 4. I should just do one. See, it gives it a little like flow there, like a little groove. You could do like a snare. Like that. Actually, let me turn it down 1 sec. There. Alright. So basically that's how you create a basic groove. I mean, you could also add like a hi-hat in between here. Wait, let me do this one more time. So you just click it out here. I gotta fix this for a sec. So yeah, got a groove here. And yeah, that's basically how you create like a little simple loop. So this is just a walkthrough, or like on your way to become a musician. Like I'm not able to teach you how to become a musician like full out, because that's gonna like depend on you and what you want to do. But yeah, there's multiple ways to create music. Like you could become a band member and play in like a band, or you know, be like have like a home studio and just make music digitally. Like it's entirely up to you. Okay, so now we have like a little loop here. Then you could click if you like, now you have this open, right? You just click here just to close everything down, and then you just right click it, and then you just click on split by channel. Now that's gonna split everything up into segments basically, so we could just delete that for now. We don't really need it. Now you basically have every segment of it, like the chords. Wait, here, 1 sec. You got the chords here, right? And you have like the kicks, hi-hat, snare, melody and stuff like that. So basically this is what is called patterns, and basically use those to build up your entire song basically. So you could have like a kick here, or like you could have the kick in later. So like you could have like I don't know, like something like this, maybe like a bass. Let's start off. And then kick over to the kicks, and then we just add the bass again here. Actually, let's just add an entire groove. I think that might be a little bit easier. Hi-hats, kick, and snare. And of course you have like multiple samples here that you can just put into here just by like dragging them in here, like that. And of course you use Control Z to like undo it. There's a lot of things I can teach you, or like tell you about how to use FL Studio and things like that, but it's really dependent on what software you use as well. So yeah, you could just like put the thing here, like I don't know, like just Control B there, just like B. I don't know. Okay, so we kind of have like a basic song here. So now you could probably like think like, it sounds kind of like dull and it doesn't really have a lot of effects on it. So basically, how you do effects in FL Studio for this in this case, you would do F9 to pull up the mixer, and here you could apply your effects. I'm also gonna bring up the channel rec because I need it. For example, maybe the melody sounds a little empty, or like sounds kind of dull. It doesn't really have a lot of effects on it, right? So then let's just look at like what channel that is on. So you see how it's on channel doesn't have a channel added to it, so let's just move to channel 6 on there. Let's pull it up here. So now we click on channel 6. So basically you just click over here and slot, where it says slot here, and then you have select, and then you have a bunch of like effects you could have. So for me, I would want to use like Fruity Reverb 2, and then you could just play around with the effects. Maybe you'd want less dry levels and more wet for it, or maybe you want more actually. Or actually, maybe you could just add another bass. I don't know. Like click on the plus here, and then just like Drake's oscillator. Maybe let's like drag down this. Maybe we could create like a sub bass kind of like thing. Let's copy this one. Just click Control A and then Control C, and then you could go into here and then Control V. Now you got another bass. I just paste it all over here. And yeah, that's basically how you create a song. Now there's a lot more things I could teach you, like ambience, pads, and everything like that. I mean, of course there are some things missing to this, but this is basically how you create like the base of a song. You could just add like vocals and things like that, but I'm not really like good with vocals, so I'm gonna leave that up to you to do and search up that and how to actually record vocals and things like that. And yeah, hope this tutorial was helpful. Now I'm gonna ask this question again, so if you guys have any ideas for any videos I can make, then just drop them in the comments or anywhere else, and just send me like a message or something like that, telling me some ideas.